I will pull up a chair for you because you want a seat at that table because you don't want to talk about it. So sit down, tuck in, wrap a napkin round your chin because you're clearly one of them. Hi besties, it's me, your friendly neighbourhood otaku, Scarrlet Uzumaki, and she is back with another video. So besties, first things first, I just want to thank you for returning back to the Bestieverse once more. And I think you deserve a head pat. Regardless of if you are a returning bestie or a new bestie, you get a head pat. So I gave you another one because I think y'all deserve it. You deserve a head pat. All of the head pats. So besties, first things first, I wanted to address the elephant in the room. The room being the cosplay community. It is truly time for us to ditch our rose-tinted glasses. We need to reveal the truth to ourselves. And that is that there is a double standard in the cosplay community. Where did those glasses go? I actually like them. Besties, when I talk about double standards, I talk about how one set of rules or standards are applied to one group, whereas they are not applied to another. So besties, of course, you know what we're going to talk about today. We are talking about the double standards in the cosplay community. So let's get to it. So besties, as you can see, I am a beautiful brown skinned girly. However, some people just can't handle the chocolate, and because they can't handle it, they need to knock it down. And unfortunately, this does also happen in the cosplay community. I have seen time and time again people who have similar complexions to myself who have been posting themselves in cosplay, doing what they love, and they are met with so much hate that they are left disheartened. But then I see somebody who is the colour of my palm and they will also cosplay. They are given nothing but love and support. I'm not saying that I want people who don't have the same complexion, so people who are, you know, lighter skinned, white cosplayers to receive any hate. That is not what I want at all. What I want is for there to be a level playing field and everybody to be receiving the same amount of love and support for doing what they love. I've had a few experiences when people were calling out that my cosplays weren't accurate, all simply because I made the mistake of being born black, which I find very, very peculiar, because when I've seen other people who are not the same complexion as me, who are noticeably lighter and they cosplay as Zoe, they get nothing but support, which I found very strange. Very, very strange. I would rather people will be critiquing the actual cosplay itself, but instead they will critique me on just the skin colour, and then will critique somebody else on actually nothing at all because they think, oh, you're perfect because your skin colour is absolutely on point. And I have seen this play out time and time again. So besties, I'm going to refer to the Yoruichi situation. This was a situation that had a lot of traction on Instagram a couple of months ago. I cannot pull up any photos, unfortunately, because the main person who was involved in this discourse had their account terminated. So this cosplayer, who was of white European descent, they cosplayed as Yoruichi Shioin from Bleach, and their partner took the photos of them. It was very notable from if you've seen previous pictures of this cosplayer compared to their current Yoruichi cosplay. They had either edited the photos to make the skin darker, or this person had used self-tanning because they looked very orange. Girl, look how orange you look.
Girl, look how orange you look.
They, I suppose, have this thought in their head, but in order to portray Yoruichi correctly, they needed to tan their skin. And quite frankly, this person was called out for blackface, saying blackfacing is the art of darkening your skin in order to imitate black people, and the fact that Yoruichi is a black character, this would suffice. However, this person had lots of supporters who were adamant that this was not blackface. I'm not surprised because this is quite common in European spaces. Lots of European cosplayers darken their skin. A couple of days ago, there was a French cosplayer who entered a cosplay competition in the UK, and they were banned from entering. And they were surprised. I feel like, well, I thought it was okay. And they were adamant that what we did was fine and that that UK convention had overreacted in banning them. So it's fair to say that Europe has very strange attitudes when it comes to blackface. So yes, going back to that, attitudes to blackface in Europe are very, very backwards in compared to other areas of the Western world. And this cosplayer, also being of European descent, they thought that what they had done was absolutely fine, and their supporters were also supporting them, which I find absolutely baffling. And they were like, yeah, this cosplay's amazing, this cosplay's so beautiful, hell yeah, yeah. But then during that same week, another cosplayer, they cosplayed as Yoririchi Shioin, and this cosplayer was black. However, they got a slew of hate for their Yoririchi cosplay. People were telling them, you are the Netflix version, you are not accurate, you're the wrong type of Yoririchi, your cosplay is ugly. So I'm just like, what? So which is very strange because most anime characters aren't actually white unless it is specified in the anime. However, in other animes, it's a stylistic choice to give characters light hair, light eyes, but people assume because it's pale skin automatically equates to whiteness. No, you don't have a monopoly on pale skin because so many other nations of people, ethnicities have pale skin, so it's very deluded of you to think so. It's like when people assume anytime a character is brown, they are black. Like for example, Symmetra from Overwatch, people will assume, oh, Symmetra is black. She's not. She is South Asian. She's not black. But then they will just assume. It is very, very peculiar and strange. I don't want to talk about that. And like I said before, what I want is for people just to be equal in the cosplay community, because in the end of the day, we are all a bunch of nerds who dress up. We all spend money on trying to bring to life people who don't exist. We all love dressing up as anime, game, movie, cartoon characters. We're all a bunch of losers in the end of the day. So why is it that some losers are literally bringing that loser aspect to life, and they're dialing up to infinity, and they're like, hey, I hate you because you're a different kind of loser to me, your skin's a different colour. It's very peculiar, and God forbid you ever make the mistake of being disabled or being plus size, because they will still eat you up. So you're not going to win unless you are skinny and white. The people will love you on the internet. So I'm sorry, I actually said it. I've seen it time and time again, and a lot of people who are like myself, who are either black or they're black and cosplay. So people like myself, so they're either black or they're black and plus size, or if they are black, plus size and disabled, they have noticed these patterns, and they have also called it out and saying, they have also called it out, which is what I'm absolutely loving. We need to continue calling out these behaviors because people still refuse to remove their rose tinted glasses, especially those who are benefiting from this. I said it, I said what I said. Those who are benefiting from a double standard refuse to call it out because they know what will happen. They know that they will be kicked down from their high horse, and they don't want to be in the same playing field as us. They like to be up there looking down. People hold the power of people like you and me, the people with sense, the people who have morals, the people who will stand up for something that they believe in. And this is why it's really important, besties, to use your voices, to call out bullying, to call out racism, to call out fat phobia within the cosplay community. It is time for us to do that and to continue doing that, because it doesn't stop until we are all equal within the cosplay community. I don't know why people are so afraid of calling out double standards within the cosplay community. Some people just choose to remain silent, and that silence also counts as complicitness. And some people don't like it whenever I say this, but I will continue saying this. If you remain silent on these issues, you are just as bad as those aggressors. I will pull up a chair for you because you want a seat at that table because you don't want to talk about it. So sit down, tuck in, wrap a napkin round your chin because you're clearly one of them. So besties, that is actually all I have time for today. I really hope this video was coherent enough for you, because I was just ramping and raving, was wibbling and wobbling, and I hope that this video was what dreams are made of. hey now, this is what dreams are made of. So I'm glad, besties, that you joined me in my room. We sat together on my bed. You watched me for however long this video is. And besties, I really hope that you tune into next video where things are happening. I can't tell you what they are, but things will be happening. And let me know down below if you have noticed any double standards within the cosplay community and how you think the best way to go about combating them is. Okay, besties, bye bye. See you next time. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you stay to the end, I love you. This is for you. You need this. Alright, besties. Bye bye now. Bye bye. Bye bye.